Hey, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Jag Bar. Well, not necessarily the Jag Bar, but you will understand what this video is all about because, quite frankly, it's a piece of a story that is happening right now online that nobody's really concentrating on because, well, quite frankly, everybody's digging into the whole Toy Fair videos, the Super Nintendo fiasco, and now this new DVR board that is in the clear case. I mean, it's just every single day there's something else happening, and it's quite a mess. This weekend I really just sat back and I watched everything that was happening on the forums. I watched the forums explode, Facebook explode. Obviously the Kickstarter thing didn't happen. That made quite a few people angry or whatever. But I had a little piece of a story here that I just kind of wanted to wait and see how this whole thing, turned out, actually. So little does everybody know, but the Jag Bar was actually going to be featured, and I wouldn't necessarily say featured, but the Jag Bar was going to be used in the Kickstarter campaign for the Coleco Chameleon. In December, Mike did an episode of the Jag Bar with me. We did Ruiner Pinball. And he had asked me to cut about 20 minutes worth of footage out of that interview because it was about the retro VGS and the FPGA stuff and everything that we've come to know about what was going on with the retro VGS. And it was going to be rebranded. He wouldn't tell me what the name was, but just to stay tuned, and something was going to be, very exciting. They worked all the bugs out of the retro VGS, and something new was on the way. So I said, cool, great. I'll cut that out because, well, honestly, it had nothing to do with Ruiner Pinball or the Jag Bar. And I was going to use it as possibly like another interview later, but I just decided not to. So, Coleco Chameleon comes out. Obviously, we know the story. New York Toy Fair comes out. We know that story. Clear Jag case shows up when the Kickstarter doesn't happen. And now we have some sort of DVR board or something like that. I mean, it's just one thing after another. After Mike and I shot the episode, we talked about the future of, the retro VGS. And I had expressed interest in helping him with his Kickstarter campaign video. And when it came time to shoot it, there was no prototype. The prototype was being worked on, and at this time I had families lined up to shoot the kids and families on a couch, in the Jag Bar playing the system. Well, the first time we set the shoot up, it failed because something happened with the motherboard or the board itself, where the tech guy blew out a component and we needed to reorder a part. I said, okay, so I had to let the families know it wasn't going to happen. And then about a week later, a week before Toy Fair, we tried to cram in another shoot. And then that didn't happen because the tech guy was worried that we would take the prototype, shoot the prototype, and then one of the kids would break it, and then, they don't have anything for the Toy Fair. Okay, I can understand that. I know you want to get it to the Toy Fair so you could make your deals. Cool, we'll get it after the Toy Fair. Well, obviously, we know what happened with that story. So basically, I just was kind of seeing how it kind of all panned out and what exactly was going to happen. Well, Mike gets a hold of me a week before Kickstarter, and he wants me to not shoot the commercial with the kids anymore, but he wants me to just shoot his call to arms and also voiceovers of what the system would be about. Now, I'm a smart guy. I know how to edit, okay? If I were to deliver Mike's call to arms plus a voiceover, they could take any kind of video and plug that in there and use that however they would want. I didn't like that. And at this time of the game, I was like, Mike, you don't need a Kickstarter video. you need to come on the Jag Bar, you need to open this thing up, you need to plug it in, and we need to play it, and you need to tell the folks and show people that this thing works. Well, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do that. He kept wanting to just do the voiceovers, and then at that point I had to tell him, look, if you do not have a 100% working prototype, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get involved, and it's crazy. I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm giving you a platform to come on the show and, basically just show everybody that what you guys are working on. Didn't happen. So what I have right here, and I'm going to read to you, is the Coleco Chameleon Kickstarter script. See that there? I'll post it later, probably at one of the forums, but I just wanted to let you guys know that this is what I was going to shoot. Now, I want you to imagine something. Your task is to create a Kickstarter promo commercial for a product that doesn't exist. And not only does it not exist, but you are now supposed to shoot video of kids and families playing a product that doesn't work. There's no way that the Jag Bar was going to get involved with this. Let me read this to you. All right, so this is Mike Kennedy's lead in here on the script. Hey everyone, I'm Mike Kennedy, and we are very excited to introduce you to the Coleco Chameleon. The Coleco Chameleon is a new cartridge-based video gaming console that is designed to play both a variety of classic games from the 80s and 90s, and also new retro-inspired games coming from today's homebrew, indie, and mainstream developers. We have spent the last few months creating a working prototype as well as seeking out launch games that will scratch that retro itch in all of you. We hope that you will consider bringing back our campaign and help to spread the word of our campaign to your gaming family and friends. Then it cuts to a studio set, which would have been the Jag Bar, playing games with a fade to gameplay video montage of Montezuma's Revenge, Pepper 2, Astro Smash, and Night Stalker. Remember when? Remember when the video games looked like video games? When colorful, imaginative sprites popped off the screen and into your living room? When games were more than an impulsive download. They were highly prized, magical transports into a fantasy world, all delivered inside plastic cartridges. Then you cut to gameplay video montage. Iron Commando, Dorky and Imp. Remember when games were hard, but you still couldn't tear yourself away from playing? When they didn't include lengthy tutorials or unlimited continues or saves? Remember when games came with instruction books that you actually wanted to read cover to cover? Then we transition into the living room set, kids on the couch playing the Chameleon. So we'd be back at the Jag Bar here. Remember that feeling you had buying a game in the store and bringing it home and playing it for the first time when your friends and family were all in the same room? We want to bring those magical times back with the introduction of the Coleco Chameleon. The Coleco Chameleon is the first new home console in nearly 20 years that will play new games on cartridges and once again give today's gamers something to buy, play, trade, and collect for a lifetime. Now we transition to a Coleco montage. It also marks the return of the Coleco brand name, a brand name synonymous with the history of electronic handheld games and video games. Coleco was a pioneer, bringing some of the first Pong systems to the home in the 70s, followed by the hugely successful ColecoVision in the 1980s, the first system to bring near arcade-perfect graphics into over 2 million living rooms. And it was the company that made Nintendo a household name when Donkey Kong was packed into every console retail box sold. Now we transition to the Chameleon console montage. Sexy shots of the Jag Bar. The Coleco Chameleon is designed to be the ultimate retro gaming system. It has the ability to accurately play a variety of your favorite classic video games available as compilation cartridges, while also being an outlet for many all-new, classically inspired games being programmed by some of today's best homebrew, indie, and mainstream game developers. Now recognized as an art form in of itself, retro gaming is once again a mainstay in today's gaming landscape. As developers are realizing classic graphics and gameplay mechanics are still entertaining, even in this age of AAA big-budget cinematic titles. The Coleco Chameleon is the best way to experience this new wave of retro. Get ready to play again. Now we're back to Mike Kennedy with his call to action here. If you're as excited as we are after viewing this, you have a chance to be one of the first gamers to have a Coleco Chameleon before it is introduced commercially. Now you can play the old games you loved when you were younger, help your friends and family make memories of their own, and enjoy the new games from our collection. On behalf of my team at Retro Video Game System Incorporated and Coleco Holdings, we ask for your consideration to help us bring the Coleco Chameleon into homes around the world. This is a product that needs grassroots support to grow, as it is so completely opposite of where the video game industry is heading. Please help us change the future of gaming by bringing back the retro. And we transition to fade out of the living room. Now the adults in their 30s, now on a couch having fun playing the Chameleon. Transition fade to black screen. Pop in the Coleco Chameleon logo. Remember when, play again tagline. So, not only were you lied to during this whole campaign, but the guy that was supposed to be doing the video for the campaign was being lied to. It's unbelievable. I'm really at a loss for words at how far this thing has just completely unraveled. It's crazy. It's a real lesson, really, that the internet will really bite you if you're not telling the truth. That's for sure. There's a lot of people out there that know what they're talking about, and if you're blowing steam, people are going to find out. So just picture this. My job was to make a video based on a product that didn't exist. Even if we were able to play the prototype the very first time we shot the commercial, the kids would have been playing with Super Nintendo controllers. That would have made no sense. Think about that. That's what showed up at the toy fair. I'm blown away. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted to share that little piece of the story that we haven't heard yet. We definitely know all about the boards and in the clear case and all that stuff. A lot of really smart people are cracking that case right now. So anyway, just thought I'd share, and tune into another episode of Jag Bar when we're actually, talking about video games or Jaguar games or whatever, and we're not talking about the Coleco Chameleon. So anyway, that's a show for today, and I will see you guys on the next Jag Bar. Check out the Lynx Lounge too while you're at it. See you later.